Hello, let's do connections for Tuesday, August 19th. All right, first thing I'm seeing is that these three words all have mouth at the end, but I don't see a fourth one. But that is interesting that they would do that. Vermouth, isn't that like something you put in cocktails? Some sort of alcoholic beverage? I'm not sure. Plymouth, obviously there's Plymouth Rock. Dartmouth is a college. Is that one of the Ivy League schools? Dartmouth. I think it is. And then we just have the down here. Why is the down here? That makes me think we're like adding letters to something. The. We have Blabbermouth and Chatterbox and Windbag. This is like somebody who's very, obviously chatty. Somebody who does a lot of gossiping. A prattler? Is that what that means? Prattler. Let's try that as somebody who like gossips a lot. Quite the talker, okay. Oh, Blabbermouth had mouth at the end, so there was 4 ones with mouth at the end. I didn't even notice that. That's because Blabbermouth actually makes sense with the word mouth. Whereas these other ones really don't. They're not even really pronounced that way. It's Vermouth, Dartmouth, Plymouth. So Blabbermouth is the only one where you really pronounce mouth that way, so it didn't even really click. I wonder if we're putting one of these in each category then. I still have no idea what the is going with. We have Mount Rushmore. I think I said that already. Is there any other like mounts in here? I mean, Mount Rushmore and Plymouth Rock are both like iconic American tourist locations, but they're both missing a word. It's Plymouth Rock and Mount Rushmore. There was a movie called Rushmore. I never saw it, so I'm not 100% sure what it's about. Oh, you rush, you dart. Maybe this is the beginning of these words. You dash and you fly. This is starting for words that are synonyms for fast, maybe? I think that's probably purple. All right, starting with ways to move quickly. There you go. We probably are putting each of the mouthed ones in each category. So Vermouth and Plymouth are going to get split up. I don't know why or how. I mean, Vermouth and Sherry and Port are all like alcoholic drinks. Is Marsala something like that? I don't know what Marsala is, but it's the only one that kind of sounds like it would be. Let's do this as some sort of like cocktail. Or port is wine. Fortified wines. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, I knew sherry and port were wines. I thought vermouth was more of like a liqueur. And I didn't know what Marsala is. And then classic, the, Plymouth, and little. The little classic Plymouth? The classic little Plymouth? I have no idea what this is. Is this a title of something? Like 4 words of a title of a children's book or something? I don't know why Plymouth would be in there. Oh, it's just blank rock. Classic rock, the rock, Plymouth rock, and little rock. Okay, it's going to say like words before rock because they rarely do blank categories for blue. Oh no, it just is a blank category. Okay. All right. Sure. Let's go with that. Hey, that bumped my win percentage up to 92. If this one didn't, it was really recent because it was at 91% for a long time. And we've definitely at least tied my all-time second longest streak. So we're only 3 days away from my max. We're getting there. I mean, if you can find purple, this one shouldn't be too difficult. If you figure out that one. And if you know your wines. Let's see what they give it. 3 out of 5. I can see how it would be. But I didn't find it that hard. But that's depending on finding purple quickly. Or early, at least. Alright, let's check the bot. Okay, it's 3 out of 5. Very close between no mistakes and losing. That's pretty interesting whenever that happens. So you either kind of get it or you don't. 1 in 50 exactly. I mean, anytime you get purple second, you're going to have a high skill score. Yellow, I mean, that was pretty obvious. I mean, what else is Chatterbox and Windbag going with? Or Blabbermouth? The wine categories, if you know wines, obviously that's one that's going to be easy. But then a huge drop down to purple and blue. The is going to throw people off. And the fact that Plymouth Rock is the one that kind of gives this category away if you're American. And Little Rock is a city, obviously, in Arkansas. So again, that's a very American one. So we'll see what happens when more Americans are playing. But yeah, everyone else is going to probably have trouble with that category. Let's check ever. If I can click it right. Okay, almost everybody getting yellow and green, and then a big drop down to purple and blue. Biggest category is almost Rainbow Order with purple and blue swapped. And then the losing categories, what is this? 24, 28, 32, 35% getting either green, yellow, or nothing. I mean, these are kind of two purple categories. The blank category is usually purple, and then taking part of the word is usually purple too. So yeah, basically two purples in this one. Let's check the mistakes. Car lingo, Plymouth, Dartmouth. Is Dartmouth a car? Flywheel and Rushmore? I don't know. I'm not into cars. I don't know my cars very well. I know Plymouth is one. I think. Actually, no, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not into cars. 14% of people tried the ends with mouth thing. I mean, that's a purple-ish type of category, but I don't know if they would ever do a category like that. Just, oh, it ends in this word. Seems too obvious. It's not quite as easy as like words that begin with the same letter, which is something they've specifically said they're never going to do. But it's very close to that. Words that all end in the same word. Seems a little iffy. Rock phrases? Plymouth Rock, Little Rock, Rushmore. I mean, Rushmore is like a mountain, so it's made out of rock. So I could see maybe. But even then. A classic wine, so people didn't know... what was the other one? Marsala was a wine, so I threw classic in there. And then there's just going to be a ton of guessing between blue and purple. If you don't figure them out, you're just going to guess at it. Talkative types, putting Dartmouth in here. You can kind of see how like a dart mouth sounds like somebody who would be kind of chatty, a little gossipy. So yeah, this one, if you're on the lookout for their classic purple tricks, it's not that hard. Especially since they have two purples that fall into those classic purple traps, or they're taking part of a word or doing a blank, word sort of thing. If you're enjoying the videos, please leave a like, subscribe, or follow, and let me know how you did today.